What's up, everybody? This is Full Draw Friday, episode number 28. We're going to do a little bit different episode today for Full Draw Friday. So I haven't done one of these in a couple weeks. We were off last Monday from the regular podcast. We had some scheduling issues. So that episode is going to come to you this Monday. We're going to have Clint McCoy on. He's a North American Whitetail magazine writer. So that'll be a good one. Make sure you're tuning in for that in a couple days. But today I'm going to do an update episode for Ridgehunteroutdoors, give you guys an idea where we're at, some of the stuff we got coming up and whatnot, and I'll just use today's Full Draw Friday for that. So then this coming Friday, we'll get back to the tips, tactics, strategies kind of thing, and probably be talking about some antler growth stuff. I'm not for sure yet, but that's kind of what I have in mind. So let's get into Full Draw Friday number 28. Okay, so we're going to do, we've done them in the past, just a Ridgehunter Outdoors update episode, kind of keep you guys up with where we're at. Again, kind of what's been going on. We've been doing a lot of planting. We're finished up with that pretty much. We're going to have some buckwheat to go on the ground here in the next couple weeks. We're finally supposed to get some rain tomorrow maybe, but I'm going to wait till probably the third or fourth week of June to do buckwheat. So if you guys are doing any summer cover crops, like the buckwheat stuff that we like to do, then keep an eye out for the rains that are coming up here over the next couple weeks or so. Probably after next week, if there's a rain coming, it'd be a good time to get that stuff out. That's going to give it plenty of time to grow and get to the right height for this fall, so you can go in there and do whatever you're going to do with it, whether you're going to put brassicas down or some kind of annual clover, whatever it is. This is a good time to get that stuff in the ground. And we're going to be doing some of that here coming up on our own properties and on some client properties as well. We've also got Nate's stuff. He's going to get started on soon, planting all that. He's going to have to be getting it in the ground, I'd say, before too much longer. So hopefully we're going to do some videos out there. We'll show you guys. We've done videos there in the past on his plots last year, at least after they went in. He kind of explained why he did what he did and the plan for the property going forward. And now he's got another project that he's started working on. We've covered it a couple times, but hopefully we'll be able to get out there and do some videos similar to the cabin vlog and fry property vlog there at Jeff's. So when he gets all that stuff, he's supposed to give me a heads up. We'll go out there and maybe do some videoing, and then we'll bring that to you. You can kind of see us planting some grains and stuff out there and everything he's got going on with some grasses. I think he's going to want to plant, if he does get it done this year. Hopefully, fingers crossed, he will. I know he's got it started, so and he's got the seed. It's just a matter of getting the time and getting everything lined up to put it in the ground. So we'll have those videos coming to you if we can get them done. We've also got, I have a fry property vlog video in the queue from us planning that. Those of you who are friends with Jeff on Facebook, you'll be updated on that, at least where it's at partially. So we mowed the clover there here a couple weeks ago. That'll be part of that video potentially. I was going to maybe just do a single video on it, but I mean, there's only so much you can show with mowing clover. Talked about it a little bit. I'll probably add that one into the video. Then we planted the corn, beans, and milo, and we did a few different things with the corn and beans, or with the beans and milo. We did some of and the corn even, I guess. We did some of it on 30-inch rows, some of it on 15-inch rows, and then with the beans and milo, we went beans on one side of the planter and milo in the other, so we've got those side by side on parts of it in 15-inch rows and places in 30-inch rows and other places. So we're just kind of going to see what really works well and what doesn't work so well, what we can get away with, what we can't, and then go from there. That's kind of the whole idea behind doing that plot out there behind Jeff's. We know we don't have a high potential for holding any mature bucks in there or anything. There's always a chance one might come through and we get a chance at him, in that plot. It's more likely to happen back there in the woods, but he does hold some does in there, so there's always a possibility. But more so, that plot is kind of for us to go in there and see. We can try some different things. We can see what the deer prefer and what they don't, and then we can see what grows well with in different ways and stuff like that. Like, for example, last year we planted some barricade and we planted some switchgrass in it. It didn't work the way we thought it might. I think we probably planted the barricade a little too thick, and then it choked out what switchgrass was there. We had a little bit of it come up, but not what we were hoping to see. And then that barricade kind of laid down after some high winds because it was so thick in there. I don't think it had enough room to grow real strong. So like that kind of stuff is stuff that we're going to do on Jeff's plot there around the clover, especially. We have a great stand of clover there, and then we'll find out what works and what doesn't, and then we can let you guys know that, and you can keep up with that on the videos on YouTube. Also, I got the stuff planted at the cabin. I got the milo planted. I got to go in there and plant the buckwheat for the fall stuff. That's one of the things I'll have coming up. We got some video coming up on that too. I don't have it as close to ready to go as I do the one at Jeff's, so that'll be coming up soon. You guys will get to keep up with that new plot at the cabin. If you haven't, go back and watch the videos where we got started on both of those. You can go all the way back to last year when we started Jeff's property, when we started his plots last spring even, when it was just all standing in grass pretty much. So, and then there at the cabin, I've gone in and extended a plot there, and I've got some video from the beginning of that. So from the really small old plot, and I've opened it up to a half acre, and now it's just kind of step by step where I'm at, and I've got the milo in the ground. It's coming up. I got a good start on it. I'm going to get some nitrogen on it when it needs it, and then plant that buckwheat here, like I said, in the next probably 3-4 weeks. So that's all coming up on the YouTube channel. You guys subscribe to that, hit the notification bell, and you'll know when all of that stuff comes out. As far as guests coming up, like I said, we got Clint McCoy coming on Monday. That's going to be a good one. We've covered several of his articles in the past. Winter Warriors, one that comes to mind. I know there's been at least one more, maybe two more of his articles that we cover. So I'm looking forward to talking with him, kind of getting his background and just getting to know him a little bit so you guys can get to know him a little bit. And then, you know, wherever it goes, we'll talk about some whitetail stuff and pick his brain on some things. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying all the guests that we've had on. I'm not sure who's going to come on after him. I got to get some more people lined up. I have some people I've reached out to that I'm just waiting to hear back from, getting some dates lined up for them as well. So that's what we got coming up on the podcast side of things. We also, we're working on some new partnerships with some people, so hopefully all that stuff works out and we can bring you guys some more awesome products, maybe get you some discounts on them. And again, it's all stuff we've used or we have people that we know we want to work with. So, but that stuff is kind of on the way as well. Hopefully, as long as everything works out, we got some I's to dot and T's to cross. But then we'll be able to announce that. We'll have that stuff. We'll probably do a podcast with like we've done before, like we did when we started working with Rodney. And then ultimately, if everything works out right, I'm hoping to do more of a traditional hunting style show this fall. So where last fall we did kind of a vlog almost, like about every time I went out or every other time. And I tried to get the other guys to do this, but it's tough, so they weren't able to. And I know Nate didn't get out as much as he wanted to anyway. Tried to do a little bit with Jeff, but we were having some technical difficulties there. But anyway, like last year, pretty much when I went, I put up a video kind of showing you guys, at least telling you why I was doing what I was doing and where we were at. And I'd bring you the deer when I could, showing them. But I didn't have quite the setup to do the traditional self-filming or even filming with somebody just because we didn't hunt together that much. So I'm hoping this fall we'll be able to bring you guys more of like a weekly episode type of thing where you'll get to see what we did through the week, and hopefully we'll get to hunt together some more. And then even if not, I'll do some more self-filming and then get more of the traditional aspect while still keeping at least a weekly basis. And I might still do somewhat daily videos. Just depends on how much I can get out and how much content I'm able to edit and produce during the season. So, because I want to keep that feel for it too. I don't want to be like the guys on, I don't want to be like the absolutely traditional hunting TV show, because I think we like the way we kind of did it last year, but if we can add in a little bit more of the good from the traditional stuff as well. So that's what we got coming up for the fall, and that'll be on the YouTube channel as well, as long as everything works out. I'm not making any promises on that, but just something to look forward to. We're getting down into the middle of June almost, so that's going to be here before you know it. We got, of course, summer scouting is going to be just around the corner, if you guys haven't already, and then, sitting out on those bean fields and seeing what's coming in velvet. Starting to put some trail cameras up here probably in the next 2 months, probably August before I'll put any trail cameras up, but that'll be here before you know it. So that's all I really wanted to cover for this episode, guys. Just kind of give you an update on where we're at since it's been a couple weeks since we've had an episode out. I appreciate everybody sticking around and listening to all the episodes that we've been putting out. We've been more than happy with our audience and the growth that we've seen over the last year, and we're looking forward to continuing that as well. So don't forget to support the podcast if you guys enjoy it. One way you can do that is to check out what Rodney Hawkins has going on, not only with Midwest Farm and Land, but with RG Outdoors. We'll start with Midwest Farm and Land, though. If you guys are looking for a piece of ground to hunt and manage, if you have a piece of ground you want to sell, if you're just wanting to get a feel for what's on the market, then you need to talk to Rodney Hawkins. He's been hunting and fishing Southern Illinois his whole life. Now he's putting that love for the outdoors into selling recreational properties as a land specialist with Midwest Farm and Land. They're not your average real estate company. If you guys haven't heard of them, they sold over $85 million worth of ground in 2022 alone. With agents like Rodney all over Illinois, they're really a local company with a national reach. For more info, you can contact him directly at 618-925-3153, and he'll get you taken care of. You can also ask him about what he's got going on at RG Outdoors. That's his new company that he just recently started within the last year and a half. They currently carry hard and soft-sided blinds and blind chairs, all from Radix Blinds, in addition to an all-natural scent elimination product called Camo Dust. They've also got burner self-defense weapons now. He's also got Tacticam trail cameras. So any of that stuff, check out his Facebook page, RG Outdoors. You can email him at rgoutdoors@yahoo.com, or again, just call him on his cell at 618-925-3153. Other ways you guys can support, make sure you follow us on our socials, Facebook and Instagram. It's Ridgehunter Outdoors. We do have a Facebook group for those who listen to the podcast now. It's RHO Podcast Patrons. So check that out. It'll ask you a couple questions. You answer those, and it'll let you in. You'll get some exclusive content. I'll post updates on there of when episodes are going to come out, if we're not going to have episodes up, kind of what's going on, keep you guys updated. And then we'll also put on there, when we can, what guests we have coming up. So if you want to ask them specific questions, you can do that directly. You'll leave them in the comments, and then we'll ask them on the show. Also, our website, ridgehunteroutdoors.com. Anything you see on there that you like, use the discount code FULLDRAW. That's all caps, no spaces. You'll get 10% off of anything on the website. Also, you can follow us on Apple Podcast and Spotify. Leave us reviews on either one. That really helps us out. And again, like I mentioned earlier, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like, comment, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. That all really helps us out. You don't even have to spend any money. It takes barely any time to do it. So, again, appreciate you guys tuning in. I apologize for not having an episode out here the last Friday or the last Monday, but we're going to get rolling again now. We're back on track. We got some good ones coming up, so make sure you stay tuned for those. See you guys.